now I will give you a walk around on our new T7. So my name is Sigurn Ghyselen. I'm business marketing manager for EMEA area for New Holland, so for Basildon built tractors, so T6, T7. So we have here the first time actually in the field our new T7 range, which is Tier 4 final compliant, or for North America Stage 4 compliance. Okay. We launched internally first time in the show, the exhibition in Paris, which was end of February. So it's the first time in the field, and from June onwards now we start production of these tractors. For New Holland brand, the T7 is one of our most important products. Okay. It's also a range which has been, it's multi-awarded. Okay. We've got many awards for performance, also for styling, for innovative features. Just to go back a bit in history, we started the production of this tractor in 2007 with the T7000 series, which was actually for New Holland a milestone. It was a complete new designed tractor. At that time it was Tier 3. Okay. So 2 years later, at 2009, we introduced the Autocommand CVT transmission in this family. Okay. Another 2 years later, which was, let me think, 2011, okay, at the SEMA fair, there we had to be Tier 4 compliant, so then we moved to T7. Okay. And now 2015, we are actually, what we can say, at the third generation of these award-winning products. Okay. So one of the things you see immediately, externally, at first impression, you see it's okay, with the third generation. Okay, we also upgraded the styling. Okay. You will see that it's not only a visual aspect, but there is also some features linked to it. So, okay, from the first and the second generation, we changed some minor things on the styling. Okay, some on the decals, but now on the third generation. Okay, because one of the major things, I will go further a bit more in detail, is that one of the remarks we got from certain customers is that there was room for improvement on the lights. Okay, so you also see that on the light packages we really improved our product. Okay. So first a few words about the model lineup. So in the T7 family we have what we call the standard wheelbase ones and the long wheelbase ones. Okay. So the standard wheelbase, now we have 4 models. Okay, with one new top model. So the maximum rated power of the standard wheelbase models is 180, which is actually a new model which we introduced in the standard wheelbase, okay, which goes up to 225 with the engine power management on the PTO shafts. Okay. Why we introduced this new top range standard wheelbase model? Okay. Because especially in Europe, but also in other areas, there is an increasing demand in this segment of more horsepower, but then mainly PTO horsepower. Okay, people which are using triple mowers, power harrows, large power harrows. Okay, but nevertheless, in order to conserve the soil, which want the big tires to reduce soil compaction, but also want high power to weight ratio, so a lighter tractor. So that's why, in order to fulfill the needs of those customers, okay, we introduced a top-level model on the standard wheelbase. Okay. Then on the long wheelbase models, okay, we went from 5 models to 4. Okay. Why? The entry level, the previous T7 220, which was the entry level on the long wheelbase, had 170 horsepower rated. Now we upgraded to 180. Okay. And we cover now the full range with steps of 20 horsepower up until the T7 270, which has 240 horsepower rated, okay, which is 12 more as the previous generation. Okay. So also there we improved on rated horsepower on the T7 270, the top model, and also the max horsepower without boost. So for somebody which is not utilizing the PTO. For example, for pure draft power, okay, we increased from 248 to 260. Okay, so a guy which goes plowing, working with a cultivator, horsepower, okay, and to 70 when applying the PTO shafts with EPM activated. But it's not only the engine which you emissionized, okay, we also have some other features. One of the things I want to mention as well is the front linkage, okay. First impression, you might not see any difference, okay, which is of course is right, okay, but we increased lift capacity on the front linkage, so, and especially not only the max lift capacity, but the capacity through the full range. So it's not only at one point or one position we increase, but for an operator it has it all the way, increased capacity with 22% versus previous gen. Okay? So this is another customer benefit versus the previous generation. Regarding the engine emission technology, as I said before, we are, it's mandatory to be Tier 4 final compliant nowadays in the market. Okay? But the good thing is, or the positive thing from a customer point of view, is that we kept the same technology, or we are the same consistency as before, so which means SCR only. Okay? So at 2011 we introduced the T7 family with SCR technology, so a purely after treatment system, so no constraints on the engine, so which means no EGR, so no dirty exhaust gases which has to recycle and go a second time in the combustion chamber. So we can keep the optimized combustion, which gives it a fuel consumption advantage versus other competitors. So no constraints over there. Also no, due to this technology, so no EGR means that there is no deterioration in oil quality. So which means in our case, from an operator point of view, we maintain 600 hours of service interval with standard oil. Okay? So other competitors, they claim on certain families slightly longer intervals, but with higher quantities of oil and only with special oils. Okay? So if you make the total calculation, we have 15 liters of engine oil, which is a low number or low quantity, 600 hours interval. So from an operator point of view, okay, we have a lowest operating cost. So purely SCR technology, the only difference versus versus the previous gen is that we had to introduce a DOC or a DOC. This is this part underneath the hood. Okay. DOC means diesel oxidation catalysts. Okay. So now we inject the urea, the AdBlue, inside the diesel oxidation catalysts. Okay. In which there is already a pre-reaction, let's say, in order to make it easier. So there we have the preparation of the exhaust gases in order to have the maximum efficiency of the SCR catalyst. On the Tier 4As, we injected the urea in the SCR catalyst. Okay? So this is a difference nowadays. So which gives us a higher conversion rate and a higher efficiency on the after treatment systems. Legally, we are also forced to control the system better as before. Okay? So there are also stricter restrictions on the ammonia which can get out of the exhaust. So there is also now an ammonia sensor after the SCR catalyst. Okay? And on top of that, we are measuring before and after, okay, temperature and NOx's. So a temperature and an NOx sensor for before and after. Okay? So we are the only manufacturer which has a so-called double closed loop system. So we're constantly monitoring the system in order to have the right conversion with as low as possible injection of SCR. Okay. So due to that, okay, we only have a slightly, there is some increase in urea and AdBlue consumption, but it's only minimal versus the Tier 4A emission level. Okay. All right. There is a temperature sensor and an NOx sensor before, and a temperature and an NOx after. Which without CSR, there are 4 sensors, and on top of that, after the SCR, there is also an ammonia sensor, which monitors whether we are not pushing too much ammonia in the environment. mentioned before, now we moved also, we upgraded our lights significantly versus the previous generation. So work lights are LED only, okay? So no halogen anymore. So in the basic tractor, of course, this one is a full spec one, but in the basic version, there are 8 LED lights, work lights. So 4 corners on the cap, and every corner 2. 4 times 2 makes 8 work lights LED. Okay, then you can upgrade to a next level, which gives you on the 4 corners 3 lights. Okay, so 4 times 3 makes 12, okay, which gives you a 360 degrees visibility. Another level up, you get another 2 in the front and another 2 in the rear. Okay, and if you go to the highest level, we even add in the bonnet. Okay, we add also 2 LED lights. Okay, and I forgot to mention that on all tractors the day lights, the signature lights, are standard. Okay, so if you take the full light package, actually, your tractor on light intensity is delivering 5 times the visibility, the light intensity of the previous gen. Okay.
16 in total.
So the maximum package gives you actually 20 LED lights, work lights. Okay, so we start at 8 and you can go to 12, 16, 20. Moving or looking at the cap, okay, okay, not only lights was a request from the customers, but there are also a request on some automation features, and some more operator comfort. Okay, customers do spend long days in the cab of the tractor, okay? Quite often more hours than we do spend in our car. So they have the right to deserve to get some comfort. Okay, so we introduced 3 new levels of seats. Okay, so which is the one which you see over here is the Blue Power version with the Auto Comfort seat, okay, which gives you outstanding operator comfort. On top of that, I want to mention also, and that's something which you can then later on experience yourself during the driving session, that with the Tier 4 final version of our new T7, we also introduced a new HTS, so a headlamp turn system, okay, which is more user-friendly, and allows now to integrate all functions. On the previous one, there were sometimes some gaps, okay, so we fully fulfilled that as well, that customer need. Also in the IntelliView 4 screen, which is now standard, so the 10.2-inch touch screen, okay, which is the only screen now offered on the tractors. Okay, it's fully guidance ready, so the guidance is fully integrated. So with the Tier 4 final, also not only the guidance, but also the isobus is now upgraded to isobus class 3 with speed control. Okay, so we do offer no isobus class 2 option or the class 3 option with speed control. Isobus class 3, which is actually the future in agriculture manufacturing, because with the advantages of isobus class 3 with speed control is that the implement is controlling the speed of the tractor. So it's not longer the operator which decides how fast he can drive, okay, but the implement is measuring the loads and is deciding whether you can overloading or you can go faster with the tractor. So our big balers now, okay, they are isobus class 3 compatible. So if the big baler detects that you are not maximizing the performance of the baler, okay, it will send a signal towards the tractor and the tractor will increase the speed. Okay. Other manufacturers are also ready for that, so it's not only the big balers, but also on potato harvesters, forage wagons, okay, potato planters. This technology gets more and more introduced.
Can you describe the Blue Power name for people that
okay.
familiar with it?
So the tractor which you see over here, of course, is let's say the top of the bill one, the T7270, which we show here in Blue Power version. Okay. The Blue Power version. So what does it contain? So it's not only a stylish accent; it's a complete package which is offered. Okay, so in order to distinguish the tractor from the standard one, so it's the metallic Maserati blue metallic paint, which is offered. It's always offered in combination with premium tires, so Michelin or Trelleborg tires. Okay. There is also a dedicated, okay, not in this unit in the back, there is a floor mat in the cab. Also there is only the premium seat, which is offered with the Blue Power naming, which is stitched into it. Okay. Also the passenger seat is a leather one. And it's also in combination with the two top level light packages. Okay. At the back of the tractor there is also some upgrades versus the previous version. So we also improved our hitches. So now we moved to a wide hitch, okay. So a wider frame, okay. And then also a ladder frame, which means that all the hitches, so like for example, some countries use the piton, some countries use an automatic hitch, some countries use a K80. When you use a trailer with steering, you need a K50 balls, okay. So now they are all sliders, okay, so which means fully compatible. Okay, more ergonomic, so also wide frame, so in order to connect and disconnect the PTO shafts, it's more user-friendly versus the previous gen. Okay. So this is also a significant improvement. On the back of this unit you also see that there is the ABS socket, so we do deliver and equip the units with ABS or ABS Supersteer, like on the Tier 4A, but on top of that there are also more and more trailer manufacturers which offer ABS braking systems. Okay. So in order to be compatible with ABS braking on the tractor, there is an ABS trailer socket available. Factory fitted now, we also do offer 3 levels of guidance. Okay. So fully factory fitted. So we have level 1, which is 20 centimeters accuracy. We have level 2, which goes to 5 centimeters accuracy, or level 3, which we can offer both with VRS solution or with RTK base station solution, which goes up to 2 centimeter accuracy. Okay. So, and as you will experience on the tractors over there, the guidance also is fully integrated in the IntelliView, together with the ISOBUS, the HTS. So everything, one monitor controls all the functions of the tractors. Okay, I think this is more or less the main headlights of our new T7 Tier 4 final. I think we will have to swap groups in order to respect the timing.